This is Sharon. I'm going to be filming Elizabeth's speech on the topic of cyanide fishing, and I'm also a member of the audience. Along with some other people who are listening with me as well.
I was once a sanctuary, a safe place for the people of the sea to thrive. Then they came, the intruders. They put poison in my water and stole my children, my helpless children. I watched them struggle as the men cut through their skin with knives. The only memory of my children? Their insides on my surface, their pain. Stop, I screamed, stop! They do not hear me, they do not wish to hear me, but I can hear them, their laughter and harsh words. Men are destroying the habitats of millions of fish each year by pumping deadly poison into their water, causing negative long-term effects and greatly affecting humans. Would humans do this to their own children, harm their own children in this way? This poison, cyanide, has not only been used to kill my children, it has been used to kill on multiple occasions and in vast numbers people of the world in horrible events such as the Holocaust. It destroys things like an acid. It burns and suffocates everything it comes in contact with. Why would you put me through this? I live longer than you. My life is almost endless. I cannot cleanse myself as you can. My entire being aches as my conditions worsen. This poison penetrates everything that I am and all the life that thrives in me. Can you not see this? Is that why you continue to torture me in this way? Killing all that once found refuge in my waters and destroying all that is left? If you see it as a disgrace when used to kill your own people, then what justifies using it to kill my people? Even after the men have left in their boats, the poison remains in me, eating away at all that the men did not already take with them or kill, destroying the coral reefs by dissolving their thin skin and exposing the bare skeleton to the world. As you can see in this visual aid, you have the healthy coral, which is colorful and darker, and then when the cyanide breaks apart the proteins in the outer layer, the protective layer, it shows the skeleton of the coral, and that's bleached. So there will be entire coral reefs that are just decimated by cyanide, and then of course the fish have lost their homes as well. Hundreds, even thousands of fish lived in these once great coral reefs, now reduced to nothing but lifeless shells. After these fish are taken from me and their eggs killed by cyanide, the area is no longer inhabitable. There are no fish left to reproduce, and the coral is completely destroyed. If this practice continues, many species will become endangered or even extinct. Cyanide fishing is not only harmful to my people of the sea, it is also very dangerous to humans. When my children are taken through the use of a highly toxic chemical, it remains in their system after their death. It is then ingested by the humans who eat the fish, and it can cause illness or even death to the human, as stated by the International Cyanide Management Code. This is not the only potentially deadly situation caused by cyanide fishing. I see many divers each day with a large amount of equipment diving for recreation. But the cyanide fishing divers are different. They dive to depths of up to 150 feet with minimal equipment. This is highly dangerous, if not deadly, because they can suffer from a variety of health complications, including the bends. As you can see, this diver has there's no tank or oxygen supply for him underwater, so he has whatever oxygen in his lungs is all he has to go off of. Then all he has to protect himself from the cyanide is this small little mask. And as you can see, he's only an arm's distance away from the poison that he's putting into the reef. Some may say that cyanide fishing is necessary to obtain the amount of food needed by humans to survive. This is untrue because, according to the Food and Agriculture Organization, the human population is already producing food in excess. If cyanide fishing were to be eliminated, the humans would lessen their ever-growing impact on the environment without adverse effects to themselves. It could also be argued that cyanide fishing is an effective way to target a single fish or a group of fish. This is true to an extent in that, yes, you can quickly eliminate a group of fish and capture their now dead bodies, but it affects the reefs in the long term, preventing further population growth of the fish and ultimately lessening the population that you have available for fishing through other methods, because you're not only killing the fish, you're killing their habitat, which prevents any growth, any continuation. The men are gone now, but the poison they left still lingers in my waters. The beautiful coral that was once home to my children is dead now, poisoned by cyanide. It sits taunting me, a constant reminder of the fate of my children, the people of the sea. My waves hit the shore tonight, as they do every night, but there's a different feeling now, a feeling of emptiness, loneliness, longing for once was, But there's no hope of restoring that now. The intruders left a path of destruction in my once beautiful coral reefs, never to have their natural beauty restored. The city of the sea has been left in ruins. Does anyone have any questions?
If they have a typical day fishing, how do they use the cyanide when they're fishing?
They'll dive down into the water, and they have it in these little, like pump bottle things, and then they'll squeeze it directly into the reefs, and then the fish, as they ingest it, they die, and then they just capture the fish after they're dead, so there's not really a struggle there. So it does make it easier to catch the fish, but it lessens the amount of resources and the population of fish available to catch in the long term.
Okay.
But the fish are inedible. I mean, why, if they kill them, they're useless.
Well, yeah, they kill them, and then they're prepping them either to serve, or not to serve, but to feed sometimes to like animals in aquariums and things like that, where you don't have as much room for cost. But it still harms those animals because the cyanide is obviously in the system of the fish. So then those animals are ingesting it also, and they can become very ill or have delayed deaths. So it's not really a healthy process in any regard, but they still do it.
What is the point of it then?
It's cheap, minimal effort, fast.
So the fish are hiding in the reef. They sort of spray it in there, and they just float up unconscious or something.
Yeah, I don't know if they float up or if they reach in and grab them, or yeah, the point is just that the fish can't obviously run or do anything about it. So thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I learned a bunch.